everyone, welcome back to Crochet and Crime, where I crochet and I tell true crime stories. Today I'll be talking about Lisa Holmes. This story is a little crazy and it makes you question your sanity a little bit, so that's all fun. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is the first disappearance case I talked about. I'm pretty sure I did another disappearance case like a couple months ago. But I think this is the first disappearance case I'm talking about. And yeah, I would like to put out a quick disclaimer. This story does go over a little bit of men being perverts, and I guess that's really the only thing that's like crazy, you know? I think that's the only thing that I'm really like worried about for people is that there's like some pretty gross men in this story. So if you're not interested in any of that, I suggest you click away from this video, and yeah. And with that, let's get into it. Lisa was a person described by many as a caring, sweet, kind, very warm person. And, you know, she loved animals, she loved helping people out. She was just a very, very home person, very homey person, you know? Like you know that one person that, like, you feel like at home with them? That's what she was to a lot of people. And Lisa worked in a small cafe in Blomberg in Sweden, and she started working shortly after graduating. On the 21st of May in 2015, a video was uploaded to YouTube by a channel named Lisa Holmes, and it was just a simple countdown timer. It was about a minute. It was a countdown timer for a minute and a half, but the video itself was only like a couple minutes, or not a couple minutes, but a couple seconds. And so people thought it was a little bit odd, but they kind of just brushed it off. So the next week, Lisa gets to work, and you know, she's laughing with her coworkers. She's having a good time. She accidentally like butt dialed her dad, and all he could hear was like muffled laughing, and that call was the last time he heard from Lisa. Lisa's drive home was only about 45 minutes, and around 2 hours after her shift, she never came home. So her parents desperately tried to call her, but they got no answer, and so her dad drove down the route that she normally took to see if she maybe had crashed or anything like that, but he didn't find anything. So he got to the cafe and saw a few people, but nobody knew where Lisa had gone. So her parents called the police, and the police searched around, and they found her phone crushed on the floor, her keys were still in her vehicle, and her glove was on the floor. The next few days they found her driver's license and her earrings, but nothing that would give them a huge clue. And they publicly released Lisa's name in hopes to find, you know, somebody who at least saw her or saw who got her or where she went at least. And so they publicly released her name, and many people who knew Lisa or worked with Lisa or like friends with Lisa, family, whatever, they offered to help find her, and to this day this was the biggest search party in Swedish history. The next day they found human fecal matter on the floor, and they presumed it to be the capture of Lisa. Their reasoning was when somebody has a large adrenaline rush, their bowels are not as controlled, and therefore it can release on its own. I don't know how true that is, but I'm like, I guess whenever you're focused on something, I guess you're not really focused on holding in a massive shit, which I guess that makes sense, but this was such a weird thing in the case. I thought I would just add it because this was like the funniest, weirdest thing I've heard in a case like this before. So this piece of poo actually dumbed down the search to just a 5-mile radius, and the police searched around and they saw this small farm where a car pulled up, and there were these 2 men inside the car, and the men inside the car said to not search the farm as they themselves have already checked it. They were like, oh yeah, fucking searched us up top to bottom, but no Lisa in there. And then they proceeded to drive off. And the police were not buying it, so they decided to check it out themselves. So the police check it out, the farm, and they see Lisa's jacket, helmet, and headphones in a pile of twigs. And then they see a small trailer that looked to be abandoned, but it had signs of somebody recently accessing it because the outgrown grass like around the trailer had been like pushed down or like stepped on. And that makes sense, right? Because like if it was like recent, it would be like still on the floor and not like springing up. Yeah. They searched around but found nothing except an absolutely rancid smell coming from a room, and they came across this small like locker room type dealy where there was this one locker that was open, and it like looked to be stuffed with like clothes and stuff. And they checked all the unopened lockers, and they found like nothing in there except a couple like cobwebs and stuff, like old ass trailer. And so they go back to the stuffed locker and they pull on the fabric to like see like what the shirt was, and out popped Lisa with a rope around her neck and tape on her mouth and nose. They found the home associated with the trailer and the farm, and they arrested 25-year-old Neregus Belivicus. I swear that's a real name. I just probably butchered the hell out of it because it's a Swedish name, and I don't know if there's like an accent I'm supposed to add to that, and I don't know if I would offend people if I added an accent to that. You know, I'm just taking precautions. And they also arrested his brother Ivorus and his ex-wife, who was not named for privacy reasons. And they all denied that they had any involvement, and police searched around and saw a room which its windows looked directly at the cafe that Lisa worked in, and on the walls were Neregus's sperm. And it was rumored that his brother used that room too, but no one knows. They also had what was called the milking room, and this room is where Lisa took her final breath. In this room also had Neregus's sperm in it, and on Lisa's clothing it also had his fluids on there, just really gross. And after the attack on Lisa is where he would take her to the locker room and shove her in, breaking multiple of her bones. And if I'm gonna kind of like describe what he did, and if you don't want to listen to this, skip about 30 seconds from now. So he would basically take Lisa to this room and sexually assault her body, and he would milk himself onto her. He would ejaculate onto her, and you know, he was just a really, really, really shitty dude. You probably didn't have to skip 30 seconds, but I'm gonna still be talking about it. So yeah, he did that, and in the video that I mentioned earlier, on it was titled 13, which was how many days between the day that the video was posted and the day Lisa went missing. Neregus is now serving life in prison, and to this day, 8 years after the murder, he is still trying to deny that he ever did anything. I'm gonna finish this up and I'll be right back. Alright, here are the finished products. I was able to make 5 purple granny squares to add to my granny square blanket. Huge update on the put that right there. Huge update on the granny square blanket. I know you guys have been waiting for this, and I apologize. But starting next week's upload, I am going to be putting together the granny square blanket, because off screen I have been making granny squares because I didn't want to continue making videos where I just made granny squares. Like, you guys are wanting more, obviously, and I apologize. I have not been the best YouTuber, obviously, but I have been a very busy bee. I have a job now and I'm adulting, I guess. Guess I have to. But yeah, so I've been super busy with that. And also, more big news. I am no longer going to be uploading on Wednesdays. I'm gonna be uploading on Saturdays, because that is the only day where I have time to be making videos and editing, and not directly in the middle of the week where I have school and work, and it's just crazy from 10 in the morning to whatever time I go to bed. I don't have a bedtime because I'm a big kid. But yeah, so that was the big news. So yeah, starting next week on Saturday is going to be part 1 of me putting together the granny square blanket, and I am going to be talking about unsolved mysteries, such as, you know, John Benet Ramsey or Madeleine McCain, and yeah, I'm gonna be talking about unsolved crimes and stuff like that. And if you guys have any suggestions about what unsolved crimes I should talk about, go ahead and put those in the comments below, and I will definitely mention them. Obviously, I want to make you guys happy. Obviously, I'm here for you guys. So yeah, two big newses today. So yeah, hopefully with the new schedule I will be posting more better, I guess that's the word. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this story today, and if you liked it, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share with other friends you have, and with the demons in your closet. It's been a while since I've talked to that guy. He's a little weird. But yeah. See you guys next week on Saturday. Bye!